Welcome back to video number 2 in my goal setting series. I'm really excited to share with you some of the big goals and the big dreams that we have and how much fun they are to reach those big goals and big dreams. So here, let me start off by saying that you are going to need to set some goals for your business if you would like it to be a business. If you only want it to be a hobby and you only want to buy from yourself, it's no worries. You are more than welcome to do that. And when you want to switch over, you'll find this training amazingly refreshing. So just so you know that this isn't going to be for you, I'm sure. But maybe you hear it and maybe you want to be a business. So you never know, right? Okay, so number 1, we're going to talk about setting big goals or having big dreams. And I shared with my team today my ultimate big goal, my 5 to 10 year goal. And that is to own a resort in a foreign country. So I actually have that goal, and Scentsy is the vehicle to get me to this place. So I'm going to make Scentsy everything I possibly can to do that so that I have the opportunity to do something like this eventually. I mean, how exciting would that be, right? So my big goal is huge to me, and it's very much so like that. Now, you know, most of us, I like a boot camp when I was there in March of last year at Scentsy Family Boot Camp. I learned about setting SMART goals. I'd not heard the acronym before, and SMART goals stands for specifics. The SMART acronym stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound goals. This method of goal setting is fantastic, and you can set these goals at any point in time. We're going to go over that a little bit later on, but for right now, I want to talk to you a little bit about setting or having a big dream or having a big goal. And you know, I had already a big dream. I have a big dream. Owning a resort in a foreign country? Yeah, okay, that's a huge dream. It scares me. It absolutely does. I mean, there's so many elements of it that I could think of that just scare me. And that really, it brings me, as another writer has said, to the A in SMART. Is it attainable? Is it attainable? Is it attainable for me to own a resort in 5 to 10 years? You know, for me, I had to think about it, and I really did. And I do think it's attainable. Absolutely, that's what I want to do. That is my dream. And so goals will help me to get to that dream. But first of all, having a big dream or having a big goal is something that you need to have in order to be able to get where you're going, okay? You can't just expect that in 5 to 10 years I'm going to have a resort. I need to actually plan for it. I need to make some adjustments in my lifestyle and all those kind of things. So I found this amazing column at Life Hack Column, and this there was an article written actually by a superstar director, and I was really excited when I read it because I thought, wow, how cool is that? That, you know, this is something that I really needed to see, and I didn't realize ever why, you know, having such a big dream actually pushed me towards, you know, working hard for it, being productive, and being intentional with my time. I didn't realize why it did that, but this really helped to explain it wonderfully. So, number 1, if we allow ourselves a moment to dream, we get really excited. You know what? That is so true. You think about it, you start to dream a little bit about what you would like your life to be like in 5 to 10 years, and that goal, that dream of yours is exciting. I know mine is. Mine is really exciting. I am like over the moon about it, really sincerely. It does. It makes me think about what life would be like if I had that big goal reached. And when we live with that big goal in our minds, when we live with that there, we are constantly looking for ways to work with that big goal and to push forward. Now, what the thing is that we actually don't have time to feel, you know, sorry for ourselves, or, you know, we don't have time to listen to the fear in the back of our minds, or is this even attainable, or you can't do this, or anything like that. That is not even a question, okay? So that's something that happens when you live with this big goal in mind, is you just actually, you know, are so busy, you know, working your way towards that goal that you don't have time for those things, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2 is they cause us to make long-term improvements. If we have systems or behaviors or things like that that really need to change in our life, big goals cause this to come about. You know, we need to make some changes in our behaviors and our habits in order for the goal to come to fruition, to actually be able to be a goal that we want. So whether we need to change some systems that we have, and I am a sucky system system maker. I will tell you that much right now. I love to have other people's systems because mine just don't tend to work for me. But sometime I will figure out what it is exactly that works for me, and I don't have to worry about that. So that's one of the other things that they cause us to make long-term improvements. Number 3, they make us more resilient in the short term. When you're thinking about, okay, you know what? Excuse me, I have this big goal to own this resort. I don't have time, and I just keep working and working and working. I know that every second counts. So every minute that I spend on a time-wasting activity or being inefficient, things like that, that counts for, that's taking away from my long-term goal. So do I want that? Nope, I absolutely do not. I want to have that long-term goal. So that's something really important to me as well. They make us more resilient in the long term. And they cause us to get real with ourselves and confront our deficiencies. Do we have those? Yes, we do. We all do. We have those deficiencies. We have those things that we don't want to get real with. Let's be real for a second. We don't want to get real with these deficiencies. We don't want to question ourselves and bring to light those things, those bad habits, those behaviors, things like that, that we can't get there. What causes me to not be able to reach the 20-pound I want to lose 20 pounds in 3 months goal? What causes me to do that? Well, that's my snacking or my eating chocolate or all of those kind of things. So, I have to face that. It's my lack of preparation. It's the things I don't want to do for that. So those are things that I have to look at. And but it does make you more courageous when you start to face those and step up to it and say, you know what? I know I need to change things, and I will. And number 5, they cause us to develop powerful habits. You think about this. This is a change in behavior. All of these steps here now are making us change our behavior. So, we become more positive people. We set up systems and processes that are valuable for the future, but we live completely in the present and make the most of our time. And finally, we become real with ourselves and look to change internally before we point the blame at others, which is really important. And then number 5, when we maintain all of these behaviors for a sustained amount of time, what we're doing is building powerful habits. And you know what? At this point, it doesn't even matter if we achieve the big goal or not. We have reached a certain measure of success with pushing towards this goal. Now, I had this conversation with one of my superstar consultants last year, and she made a goal to become director. And that's scary for her to say, I want to become director this year, because you don't know if you can actually attain it. It does depend a lot on your team. But, even for her to say, that's like, yes, you do want to become a director. Awesome. Let's get you towards that. So every single step that she makes towards becoming a director, she's recruiting more people, she's training more people, she's sharing Scentsy passion with more people. All those things, those steps have left her with a better business to begin with. Never mind, if she doesn't reach that director goal at the time that she had specified, there's still room for it, because she's made those steps to do that. Now, if you don't say I'm going to be a director and you just become a director, that's how it goes. But really just having faith in it and doing all these steps, that is going to get you more towards that as well. So that is very exciting, and it helps. A big goal helps us to get there, to get those dreams in there. So if you would like the reference for this column, I'm going to post it in the comments eventually here, if I can get that to it. So then that way, then you can read it for yourself. You can read all the fine details and things. But it was really inspiring to hear why my big goal actually drives me like it does. And that really pinpointed it down wonderfully. So what a wonderful way to present that. That's amazing. So in the next video, we're going to talk about the first step that you're going to take, and that's going to involve dreaming big.